Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Pyromancer here, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. And we have some interesting, big stuff to talk about today. Before we jump too much into it, I'd like to ask if you enjoyed this video to consider liking the video. And if you find it to be enjoyable enough, a subscription would certainly be appreciated. So the first thing I want to tell you guys about is I have a second channel. It's called Pyromancer Stream VODs. There will be a link to it down in the description below. And yesterday we actually put up the first couple VODs that we still have. If you guys aren't aware, I stream on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Pyromancer. And Twitch only saves the video on demand, the recording of the stream, for 30 days automatically. Unfortunately, that resulted in me losing about the first 50 levels of my Final Fantasy experience, which really sucks, obviously. I have a couple things recorded leading up to there, but the majority of the experience is lost to the void. No pun intended. The good news is that we do have the Coils of Bahamut VODs, so those are actually going up now. The first 3 are uploaded by the time you guys are seeing this video. They should all be live there, where you guys can actually go back and watch me progress through Coils. We did it on a minimum item level with no echo for the most part, so they're quite long. You'll see that we spent like 2.5-3 hours on Bahamut alone. The next thing that I want to talk about quickly is just the Encyclopedia Eorzea books, because I get this question quite a lot when people come to my stream. Pyro, have you read the books yet? Okay, so first of all, I can't read the second one until like way later, so that's not really concerning for me right now. But have I read the first one? No, honestly. I was under the impression that they were more like story writing style rather than encyclopedic, which was a mistake because they literally have encyclopedia in their name, so I don't know why I thought that it would be something different. But I'm used to the World of Warcraft kind of storytelling, read the story and it kind of exposes more to you. And I know there's short stories and little things in there, but it's something that's more useful as a reference. So no, I haven't put nose down and gone into the book yet. Frankly, because I've been spending more time trying to progress through the game and actually get to the end game, which is what I want to talk about next. The End Walker expansion was delayed by 2 weeks. Now, people will also ask, Pyro, do you think you'll get to Endwalker in time? Honestly, no, probably not. Probably not. I'm taking my time with the game. I'm in Stormblood, which has a longer kind of story. It started very slow, kind of painful initially, to be frank. And Lise was such a focus of the stream, like the whole time starting Stormblood, that it was honestly it was extremely frustrating. Everyone just constantly wants to talk about Lise, and it's so distracting and detracting from the expansion. It's not even funny. I'm getting to the point now where I'm in Yanxia, and Lise is kind of starting to become her own character a little bit more. You're kind of starting to see her emotions come into play a little bit more, and you see her kind of in a different light. So I'm excited to see that expand more. I am starting to gain an appreciation for the character. So far, Stormblood has been solid. I mean, I wouldn't say, I'd say again, like, Heaven's Ward is an extremely hard act to follow. I think we all know that. But regardless of that, I think we kind of went from 100 down to like 30 on the speed, if you know what I mean. So like ending Heaven's Ward and going through all the stuff with Thornton and Nidhogg and Racevelger and all of that plot line, to kind of go from that and then finishing Heaven's Ward through this releasing of this giant primal thing. I think it's hard to follow up that level of energy immediately. And so there has to be this kind of like steady, slow establishment of the storyline as it continues into Stormblood. And frankly, I think the storytelling in Stormblood has been pretty damn good so far. They give you little hints here and there to get you thinking. And then once you're actually introduced to some of these characters, like Yotsuyu, holy fuck. Some of these characters are literally nuts. Yotsuyu, Xenos, actually out of their minds, crazy. At least that's how I'm getting. At least Yotsuyu is, for sure, so far. And obviously Xenos has this superhuman power. We don't really understand where it comes from, so I'm excited to learn more about that as well. Am I going to make it in time for Endwalker, though? Probably not. And I don't know that I necessarily intend to. I think that there's been a lot of mixed opinions And there's a lot of people that think that it's actually more beneficial for me to not be there right on Endwalker launch because there's probably going to be some issues, but regardless of that, a lot of people aren't going to watch other people play through the story until they've had the opportunity to do so themselves. Now, I think we're kidding ourselves if we want to sit around and pretend that streamers streaming that day aren't going to potentially have record viewers, because I'm pretty sure they are. People are going to watch regardless. However, I think me being in the course of Shadowbringers is going to put me at a pretty close and comfortable spot that will most likely allow me to dip my toes into Endwalker probably a week, anywhere from a week to 3 weeks after it actually launches. So for those wondering, will Pyro be streaming Endwalker right on release? No, I won't be. And even if I were trying to, I don't know if I could get there anyway. We're pretty far off, and with me taking notes on the story as I go, I don't know if I'm going to have the time, even if I tried to go for it. So that's kind of the status of that right now. I think as far as the delay goes, if I can just voice an opinion on that, I mean, I'm a newer person to the community, take that for what you will. But I think it's probably a good thing. I can say to you guys so far that the amount of trust that I have in Square Enix and that I have in Yoshi P in order to execute this in a way that he knows is going to be the best for the players, I have a lot of confidence and a lot of trust in that. And that's kind of scary almost for me to say, because World of Warcraft and Blizzard kind of destroyed my trust in developers for a while. And if this was Blizzard in this situation, I would be like, yeah, 2 weeks so they can add in a new storm out or something. Like I'd be talking shit. I'd be making fun of it. Because historically, delays in World of Warcraft have not borne fruit as we probably would think that they would. But I think what you have to remember is delays are generally can only result in an improvement. And if the company actually manages to take a step backwards during a delay, then obviously that's a huge red flag. But typically, we're going to get a better experience out of it. It's going to be a better enjoyment. And you guys all saw how upset Yoshi was. I wasn't able to watch the live letter, but I did get to see a small portion where he did get very upset. And chat was mentioning it constantly. So I can tell the guy loves the game. He loves the player base. And it's just like, just in the games that I've played through, A Realm Reborn and Heavensward and now Stormblood, like I can tell, I can really feel the love that they've put into this game. It's very evident. And the fact that it's very evident that they care about the player. It's very evident that they care about the player's time, the player's mental health, the player's self-image. Like it's beautiful the way that this game is like actually making me feel better about myself and helping me to control my anger better. And like it's so crazy. Like it's so crazy how effective this game is as far as like a form of therapy even. So I think that the delay is probably only going to result in positive things. Obviously, the thing that sucks is that for those that requested time off of work, that sucks. I really feel for those people that requested a couple weeks off or whatever, or a week off because they wanted to just fucking grind. And maybe these people have kids, or maybe they just have jobs where they're working 60 hours a week, or maybe they've got school and they don't have a lot of time to devote to it. It's very important for those people that they don't get that fear of missing out and that they get that fresh experience if they're going to take the time off for it. So it really sucks for the people that happened to. And I really hope that everybody who did take time off is able to get that adjusted to the new window. I already know of several people whom I'm friends with or whom watch my stream that have mentioned they were able to get it adjusted. So I really hope that everyone that did get time off can get it reapproved off so that you guys can share that wonderful launch experience together. Hopefully it's wonderful. And lastly, I wanted to mention that I did recently watch the No Clip documentary on Final Fantasy XIV on my Twitch channel. We're actually in the process of cutting that down just a little bit so that it's a shortened VOD. And then we're actually going to put that here on the main channel. So if you're interested in seeing that and seeing my reaction to the whole No Clip documentary, I really enjoyed it. So I'd urge you guys to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And that should actually be up maybe sometime today or tomorrow. So with that all being said, I want to say thank you for just the amazing community that exists here. I think I want to address something that I've seen kind of mentioned, and that is that sometimes I can get a little angry on stream. And I want to address this because I really don't want to give the impression that I am some raging guy that, like, you know, I had my video or my clip where I freaked out about Blizzard, and I don't want to give the impression that I'm like that all the time. And I mentioned earlier in this video that this game is actually like helping me learn to control my anger. And it is. It's teaching me to be a little less hard on myself when I make mistakes, because that's something that I tend to get angry about. And it makes me kind of just take a step back and take a deep breath when I say something that maybe, or when someone says something that might be a little inflammatory, that might be meant to irritate me or get a rise out of me, or maybe they just didn't word it well enough to be, interpreted the way that they wanted it to on the internet. Because you guys know how text can be, as far as it's not a great representation of how we really feel. Our facial expressions, our tone of voice, the rate at which we speak, our body language, none of that is associated with text. And so that real interaction becomes hazy. And so I just want to say that because I don't want to give the impression that I'm always irritated, or that I'm an angry person. I think if you watch my stream long enough, I think that becomes pretty evident. But I want to take a second to just invite people that maybe if they did stop in my stream early days and I got a little fired up, no pun intended, I mean, they do call me Pyromancer. If I got a little fired up and it turned you off of the stream, I would cordially invite you to come back and check it out again. Because again, I think this game is really like a therapy, and I think it's working. I really do. So anyways, if you're not already following me on my Twitch channel, it's twitch.tv/Pyromancer. You can go there and actually watch me play this game and take notes about the lore and story of it live, and theorize out loud of what I'm thinking and how the story's going. The last thing I'll let you know is that all my Twitch supporters, you get special ranks and access to some hidden channels in my Discord, which there is also a link to in the description below. So if you're interested in becoming a Twitch sub, or you already are, I would highly recommend joining the Discord and then connecting your Discord account with your Twitch account, and you'll be given a special role that allows you access to some private rooms that allow you to talk to me and other subs and mods a little bit easier than the open channels. So if you're interested, check that out. I think that's it. I just wanted to make a video and just talk to you guys and give you an idea of where my head's at and where we are. So thanks for watching. Stay awesome. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.